Welcome to another Hot Drop the Mind Bang Camp. Daredevil Born Again has hit the streets, and it's time to run down the first 2 episodes. My jaw already hurts. Daredevil Born Again just dropped, and Foggy is dead? Or is he? Alright folks, Daredevil Born Again has finally landed, and if you're anything like me, you're still picking your jaw up off the floor. These first 2 episodes are a brutal gut punch, delivering everything we love about the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. Dark alleys, bone-crunching fights, moral dilemmas, and yes, Wilson Fisk looking like he just finished a 3-hour TED Talk on how to ruin Matt Murdock's life. But let's talk about the big thing, the one that has everyone losing their minds. Foggy Nelson, dead, gone, body bagged in the first episode. Or at least, that's what they want us to think. More on that later. Episode 1, Foggy's dead, and we are not okay. We open on a seemingly normal night in New York. Matt Murdock is actually doing lawyer things, which is refreshing since we usually see him doing 90% vigilante nonsense and about 10% actual lawyering. He and Foggy are still running their firm, Nelson and Murdock, while Karen Page is doing whatever investigative journalists do these days, probably getting doxxed on Twitter. Everything seems normal, until Bullseye shows up. Yes, Bullseye. The guy with the weird ability to turn anything into a lethal projectile. Dude could probably kill you with a Tic Tac if he wanted to. And he does not come to play. He ambushes Matt and Foggy at a bar, and just like that, Foggy takes a fatal hit. The fight scene is insane, with Matt barely managing to get out alive, but Foggy? Left bleeding out in the streets of Hell's Kitchen, cue sad violin music. Matt, naturally, spirals. He starts blaming himself, because that's his entire personality, Catholic guilt in human form. He swears he's done with being Daredevil, which means we all know he's about 5 minutes away from putting the suit back on. But let's be real. Foggy dying in Episode 1? That smells fishy. Episode 2, introducing White Tiger, aka, who is this guy? So while Matt is deep in self-loathing mode, he gets pulled into defending a guy named Hector Ayala, who's being framed for killing a cop. Turns out, Hector is actually White Tiger, a lesser-known Marvel vigilante with some serious claws. And Matt has to decide, defend him in court or beat people up in the streets. Naturally, he does both. Meanwhile, Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin, is now the mayor of New York, which is the most unrealistic thing about this show. Not because he's a criminal mastermind, but because I can't imagine a mayor of NYC actually getting things done. But Fisk is different. He's got power, he's got influence, and worst of all, he's got Vanessa by his side, looking like she's about to order an assassination over brunch. Matt starts putting pieces together about Foggy's death, and guess what? Turns out things aren't adding up. No body, no funeral, just some rushed police reports and a suspiciously clean crime scene. Fans are already speculating that the FBI might have faked Foggy's death to put him in witness protection, possibly to use him as leverage against Daredevil later in the season, which means Foggy could be alive. Theories and hot takes. Alright, let's get into the theories, because Daredevil fans do not mess around when it comes to wild speculation. 1. Foggy's in witness protection. This is the leading theory. In the Daredevil comics, Foggy has faked his death before, specifically in 2006's The Devil, Inside and Out. The idea is that the FBI, or maybe even Fisk, staged Foggy's death to manipulate Matt. If true, we could see a dramatic reveal later in the season where Foggy returns, alive but forever changed. Number 2. Foggy is actually dead, but Matt will see him in hallucinations. Listen, this show loves messing with Matt's head. If Foggy really is dead, we might still see him in dream sequences, flashbacks, or as a guilt-induced hallucination. Maybe Matt starts losing it, talking to Foggy as if he's still there, which, honestly, sounds like something he'd do. 3. Foggy's death is a fake out, and it's all a setup for his return as a villain. Now, this is a crazy one, but hear me out. What if Foggy is alive, but he's being manipulated by Fisk into turning against Matt? Imagine Foggy returning, but bitter and broken, blaming Matt for everything. The ultimate emotional gut punch. 4. Bullseye missed. Let's be real. Bullseye never misses. Ever. So if Foggy's dead, maybe it wasn't really Bullseye who did it? Could this all be a misdirection? Is someone else pulling the strings? What's next? So now we're left with Matt mourning, Fisk making power moves, and White Tiger proving that new vigilantes are stepping up in Hell's Kitchen. With 10 more episodes to go, we're looking at a brutal season ahead. Matt is going to have to face the truth about Foggy, whether that means avenging him, rescuing him, or dealing with the mind games Fisk is playing. And with Bullseye still lurking, you know there's another showdown coming. One thing's for sure, this season of Daredevil Born Again is not messing around. Will Foggy come back? Will Matt finally catch a break? Will Wilson Fisk somehow gentrify all of Hell's Kitchen? Only time will tell. But whatever happens, we're strapped in for one hell of a ride. But that's just, my opinion, man. That Daredevil needs to take some conflict resolution classes. Am I right? Or am I right? Can't wait for the next episode. Thanks for watching Mind Bang. I really think I should change the name to Brain Blow. Too on the nose, perhaps? Remember to like, subscribe, and share with everyone you like to eat French fries with. I'm not joking.